And Lyons Pride Coffee is here because we really want to help marginalized workforces. So I left LA, came back here specifically so we could look at unrepresented talent in the Shreveport Bossier area. And not all of it is extreme, but it's kind of fun to see, hey, this is how we've integrated that forward-facing experience as opposed to maybe somebody that might have a cognitive, challenge or opportunity, and they're in the back trying to take. Some people are social and want to be out there, and so this is something we're going to show. And also, Logan is going to produce some coffee for us as well. So part of the other things that I do is help you just be a better home barista or home coffee expert. So he has his own brand and is still trying to always get better. So as part of a roasting community, I'm here to embrace all the roasters. Say, hey, how can we help you get better? Do you know what classes are out there to take if you wanted to take classes? You like total dissolved solids or microns of brine size. Stupid nerdy stuff. Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. So if you want to come over here, it primarily is the same thing as a French press. So it's a total immersion experience, meaning the beans and the water constantly stay in constant contact like a French press. What I do in facilitating Brandon, we sometimes brew coffee on Sunday mornings at 7 tap. I'll take and pre-weigh exactly the number of grams of coffee that I want and the amount of water it takes for a clever dripper for an 8-ounce cup of coffee. So as Brandon is working through that and all that, he already knows how to use the boiler. He already knows that we've already put the right amount of water in there. I'm going to take my filter and I'm going to pre-rinse that for him so I can support him, but he can finish that work. That's our starting point. There's things like the Chemex that he can't do. The filter extends over the top of that, and he has no depth perception unless his fingers are going to be all in your coffee. So we look at what works for him. He can do the French press.
Maybe that'll make it sweeter.
Right. That's right. Don't let Peter do it. I'll feel like he can do this. We're working now on trying to get funds so we can get an auditory scale so he can help with packaging coffee. It's little baby steps like that, but we do that so that we can help other small entrepreneurs or business owners think about the talent pool they're pulling from, or even just our community awareness. We don't have a coffee shop, and we're not planning to open one anytime super soon, but we are looking at increasing our subscription service, whether that's one bag a month for just a little treat. We'll be open here on Saturdays, on the first and the third Saturday, so you can come in here, and we'll always have some kind of little experiment going on, whether it's a new roast that y'all have to try, and that's something we have just for our local community, and we call that the Kill program, keeping it local. There's also, it's the largest value, so if you get 2 bags a month, once every 2 weeks, that's 25% off the suggested price, on the website, and if you get just once a month, it's 15% off, but you can come here and you can get things that nobody else can get, or that aren't even posted online. Y'all have access to some of the first classes and so forth that we're doing, or hosting an event here as being kind of loyal to the neighborhood. So say, oh, we wanted to have a hot chocolate party because of the kids. All right, let's do it. That kind of stuff. Or a hot chocolate tasting for people who aren't coffee drinkers. It's not always about coffee. It's about the fellowship and the time that we spend together and exchanging ideas and just being friends. That's really what we kind of do here. So as you can see, Brandon is working through that process. He's filling that up, and he's making sure that all those beans are ground. We give him a tool over here so he can kind of stir that just to make sure. So what's great about this one is it's like, unlike a French press where you have to pour that, a clever dripper is a plunger system. So after he's done brewing the coffee, all he has to do is put his cup down, and the water will just, or the coffee will just dispense into that.
Hey Siri, set timer for 4 minutes.
So we work with all of that just because it's supportive of what he brings to the table, and it's also really encouraging for customers to see that because it's kind of awkward at first. And if we can address the awkwardness, it's eventually not awkward anymore. Mm-hmm. I get to my house and I say, Siri, turn on the light. I don't even have a Siri device. But, it's just one of those things. Well, I said Siri. I don't even have that. I see it at a friend of mine, Karen's house, and I don't remember if it's Alexa or Siri or Google, but I'm just cussing it all up and just get that. I said NPR. Yeah. Logan, if you want to come in and try here, we want to talk about what Logan is working with. I have it all set up over there, and I've moved it on this side, and your water should be ready. And I've already wet your filter, and your coffee's in the smaller container there. So I don't know.
Let's get right into it. Yeah, so I'm new to this too, but I do pour-overs every day just the wrong way. So we'll look at this. This is already
Remember, it's
pre-measured out.
consistency. If it's consistent,
It is
wrong and you
consistent.
like it, that's fine.
Yes, I just do it wrong the same every time. So this is 41 grams pre-measured out.
What grind size do you use for something like that?
This is a medium, and that was going to be done on like a 38, 37 on this Rebel grinder.
Okay, so
Or
just so
5.
everyone understands the process, we're going to start out. He's already done this step. You start out by taking your kettle and pouring it over just empty, and that helps to clean any dirt, impurities, whatever in the filter, and also pre-warm the base. So then from there, we're going to go next to basically pouring it over. So what you want to do is you want to, when you first start, you want to get what's called a bloom. And I'm very bad at it, but we'll give it a shot. So basically, you just start going in and just covering everything. Just getting it all. You see how it's kind of making that foamy kind of. Also, notice on the sides, I'm trying to keep about an inch in the side. Yeah, if you can't see, come on over because this is
So
my
that foam,
favorite
those
brewing
foams are also some of the bitter notes that are in the coffee, and the degassing will let that nitrogen escape, so it's not as bitter on the tongue.
Peter, I need
What do you need?
a scale.
I forgot. I couldn't get it. Oh, you're.
I completely forgot too. We're already rolling.
That's all right.
Do you have another one we can?
Yeah, we can tear it up. But I think that
You're already pretty close.
I think that water is already weak.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm sorry. We should have been doing this on a scale.
I did that because I knew we'd be chit chatting, but that's already going to be like 241 grams, or 641
doesn't
grams
matter.
of water.
So if you're watching, this is where you want it to kind of get to, and then you're just going to go back in and basically clean the sides and try to stay at that same.
So why is that?
I don't know, Peter. Please inform us.
Because of gravity. Remember, we were talking about consistent pressure going down to the extraction. You don't want to overcheck something, so we want the weight as consistent as possible. That's why we want to make sure that line is not more than 2 or 3 centimeters difference.
And that's exactly what I was going to say.
That was just what you're about to say.
Is how you're describing it. Like you said, the bloom and then the second pour over and all that. It's similar to how you'd start a French press, right?
It is. So in the French press, you will stir that and you crack that crust after 4 minutes or after 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. When you crack that crust, you're going to see a white foam come up. You should take 2 spoons and get that foam out of there. Mm-hmm. Those are all the negative components. They froth up on that. So after 2 minutes, I'll show you the standard if you want to take a picture of it. But I have the exact standards as to what time we do that and a proper ratio for you. That way it's a little bit smoother and just a better cup experience for you.
I'm sorry about doing it the wrong way. I've been
Here,
doing it
this
for
is
years.
Okay.
Yep. So that's kind of what I was alluding to at the beginning. So this already has it. You're going to run 41 grams of coffee and then temperature. So you want to get up to 672 grams of water. And then this, the only reason we're really messing with the grams and all that is just to get a consistent flavor. That's the only reason.
That's really cool.
So what's so special about the
Now you can add a shot of bourbon to it.
Nothing. What's really special about it? It is kind of a clean
Or a
cup of
little
coffee.
breakfast shot.
So if you like a chewy coffee, if you like a French press and you really want a lot of oils, this removes a lot of oil, so it's a very clean. It's a light and a bright coffee in general. It really tones down some of the acids.
But just like pour over, any normal pour over would take basically makes the
Yeah,
same
I mean, to me, if you have children or you're clumsy, don't get a Chemex. It's $65. You're going to chip it in 3 weeks, and you're going to have to get another $65.
I've never actually.
That's ridiculous.
Oh no.
My brew method of choice is.
If anybody wants to try this coffee, y'all have not had this coffee before. This is a coffee that we're going to highlight at one of the next coffee classes. You smell this one, you're going to get this really wonderful berry quality to that. This is a honey process. It's a yellow and a black honey coffee, meaning there's it's two different britzes of sugar of the fruit decomposing on that seed, and then they wash it and all of that. But
So
it's
sweet.
incorporated. So you can smell this really great,
I haven't tasted it.
very
I'm just smelling
blueberry
it.
currant kind of. It is probably the crispest iced coffee.
Really?
Yeah, there'll be more.
Definitely sweet.
Okay, so you can add
Yeah,
your
Brandon's
whiskey.
doing that. Because we can only do about an 8
You
ounce
just want to
size.
get drunk, don't you?
No, I'm just thinking forward. Just thinking a little forward. For people who actually think that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like if you want to have your breakfast shot.
So this
Coffee
is
shop.
what we call a three-sided filter.
There's no acidity.
We use this filter, we're gonna open up just one side. I have 3 layers of paper from this side. And that side goes all the way to your drip space air can get down in there while we're doing it. But this might be
Somebody says, "Oh, I don't like coffee, I don't like tea."
So it's
Hand that to them and they'll be like, wow, that's good.
It gives you that
I can
heat.
make you like coffee.
That's why in French press everything is metal. It heats up, will flow through those metal screens because of all the
Yes.
stuff.
That kind of dryness.
And you wanted to see the picture of the regulations for. Yeah, I'll get it for you. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I feel it. No,
It almost tastes over caffeine. That's why it's gotta be why it's over.
So this is part of the teamwork. Now that he's finished, we have an exact setup on the right hand side. So as he uses something, he can put that exactly on the same tray on his right hand side. I can look at that and know that he's finished with that. Bring it back over here, then I would reweigh water and coffee. So we're just set to go. We don't offer more than one kind of coffee because that's complicated. He can't see the difference, and there's no reason to put that challenge there. Let me get you that information while they're brewing. This one here. I kind of dry it, right? Yeah. So that's because of the honey process.
Is this coffee beer? This one?
Costa Rica.
That's the berry one.
It's Cafe Ravenza. Yes, the really berry one, really berry. The two brothers that own that are just so nice. They bought it from his dad maybe 6 years ago. I met them at the Boston Coffee Expo, and then started getting it when they were just nobody. And now it's so expensive, but I just love it. So I only really get about 4 bags a year. So I'm out of it. I have a secret stash just for me of about 6 bags that I just score like, oh no, that says French roast. This is not French roast. It's a little bit. Hold on.
That's the next step of this, right? So through the filter, it's all ready. When you take the filter out,
It smells so good. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
That's you on the bean.
If there is something related to coffee or beverage that y'all would love to source out or have me source out and look at doing a class for, let me know. I'll have some holiday things coming up. I'm working on some little salt dough ornaments, so maybe we can do like a family-friendly, make a Christmas ornament with salt dough and pre-bake those. They can paint them at home. You know, something that was fun, family-oriented stuff. But if there's anything that y'all are thinking of, whether that's cocktail or not, that's some things that I think in the evening times or something with the right people would be a really fun, you know, experience. Yeah. That ready? Thank you, sir.
So this coffee is different from this one.
No, they're both the same coffee, just brewed differently.
Okay.
So they'll taste a little bit different. This one has a really clean, light, crisp flavor to it. It has a very tea-like body to it, and it is fantastic. It is hands down the best iced coffee that
Literally see the country.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's so smooth. I'm looking at maybe blending this because it's hard for me to get this bean right now. I'm looking at maybe blending it with Kenya. So I get some kind of blending.
Yeah, this is sweet.
What I love about this one is because they blend the two onions.
This is definitely sweet.
I mean, the yellow and the black. Has a really nice.
I'll mix it. I'm gonna mix it.
Sweet layers in there that not everybody puts.
Since they're the same coffee.
And this is the level of sugar. And I think Lyons or heaviest. Look, and things around the mouth.
Yeah, so we're like expecting like some citrus.
Yeah.
It was felt like it was missing.
Yeah, yeah.
Do that or actually do that like you normally do with cream and espresso, but or lattes.
Yeah, I can tell you, my day to day, all I drink is latte. It's so easy, convenient. You know, you can get in there, whip the coffee up with the heavy cream, and you're ready to go.
Yeah. Like the brown sugar that I never thought about that. That's pretty smart.
I use brown sugar because it has just a little subtle difference in flavor. Is the reason why. So, refined sugar.
We were sitting outside barbecuing, and so we hear this gunshot ring out. We didn't go outside. We were just like, oh, that sounds pretty close. And then the ring camera pops up, and it's like, oh, that's a mile away from my house. But we stayed outside.
Natural.
Yeah.
We're not gonna let that ruin it.
No.
This is very.
Oh, great.
That part.
So did you guys trust that?
The more we do that, even in other things, the better it's making it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think there's
I tasted that one too.
what you're doing is more
It was very
Right.
different.
and I guess going back to like
That one's more smoother than the other one. It's more clean.
I feel like it lacks.
Right. A different purpose in that intention, but you're right, there is intention, and that's what I think it is. That is the intention of what I want to achieve. I really want to educate you. I want you to make better decisions, or the decisions that are right for you. And if the process is a bunch of failures until you get there, that's still success. We learned something about coffee today that maybe you didn't know.
I mean I understood that this is a very
I really like
complex
science.
Right.
but I didn't realize it's kind of like the you ever watch Breaking Bad?
Something
Oh, yeah.
like this.
The part where Walter and the other scientists come together
Yeah,
and
right,
have
no.
this whole contraption of like making the best coffee ever.
Right, exactly.
It's kind of like that. Like, whoa, I did not. I knew that there was a science behind it, and they put something together.
Right, that what's really happening.
Yeah.
So that's why we, like in the iced coffee class, where we take the same coffee, we'll take the same ratios. We're gonna do a hot coffee that we're gonna let get cold. We're gonna do a coffee that we're gonna pour over ice, right? Hot over ice, and then we're gonna do one that has no heat whatsoever. And then you can taste that body, the structure. Are y'all heading out? Oh, y'all. Thank you so much for coming. That was so sweet. You're so welcome. Oh, you're so welcome.
Hold up.
It had one of those ones. It had sugar.
Oh, go ahead. I was just taking a picture. I got it. I got it. I got it. No, I got it. I got you pouring it. Got it. Because I'm recording you actually pouring it.
Okay. It took so long.
No, I love that.
Same beer. Both these are exactly the same. So the one on the left hand side is even one of these. Yeah.
One time I was
So it's more herbaceous. Yeah, so I think this one is much cleaner and sweeter, pure. And also because the bean sits in that water for the full 4 minutes, it has a better extraction, a more even extraction. We also have a yeast that is learning the process. So maybe you know, has maybe properly saturated beans or been consistent with the time. So it probably has a little thicker, even though it has a bigger filter. It's a learning curve, but it's a good learning curve.
Hey, you guys. Any thoughts on the event today?
Fantastic. Very great. I know I've been making French press wrong this time. Anxious to experiment with it.
I like the cookies too. I like how it put into perspective what kind of coffee you drink, what kind of foods you're having. So there's, it can kind of unlock certain flavors in your food or in your coffee.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
It's quite unfortunate, but
If you're not careful, you just spend $45 for your shot.
The bad ones, yeah. Oh, that's a common experience. There's not really a way to ascertain, especially when you look at the bottle. You can look at botanicals and you can look at where it's sourced and all these different aspects, but I feel like it's almost impossible to, in a vacuum, figure out whether or not this is objectively
On that. They're the only ones that really collaborate.
I guess I remember last time when I ate the cookie couch, we talked about
Yeah.
flavoring. That was amazing.
And if you like the red pepper, you'll like the second coffee. But if you like the black pepper, you probably like the first coffee.
The first coffee.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's a good bean that they have. Yeah.
But no, it's lots of
Lots of fun. So as long as it's kind of engaging, because this next one is it gets difficult when you're doing the fruit and stuff. You know.
It's a good mix of, and I think there's.
Yeah, I think so too. Y'all tag and post and like and share so we can get more people. Who cares?
All right, we're gonna get coffee. Steph's not gonna get coffee.
Y'all get already. Oh, I didn't deliver 10 bags to your car a minute ago. Don't be crazy. Yo, can't you have to do it online? So you have to go and I can't take cash here.
So, hey y'all, this is Jarek with a Lil Tea Time. I am here with Peter Lyons at Peter Lyons Coffee.
Yep.
Welcome to a Lil Tea Time. We just wrapped up your coffee tasting class. I had a fantastic time today.
It went fun?
Yes.
I mean, it's just kind of practical and down to earth. It's just easy, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was really hoping for. This is the first time that I've really opened it up to the public. I've done private events where you kind of have that curated clientele. So this was kind of everybody. I don't know what they're bringing to the table. I don't know who was a tea drinker, who was a coffee drinker, who was just someone because they had to. But I think everybody felt so welcoming and engaged. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, so can you tell us about some of your coffee blends that we've worked with?
Yeah, so we worked with two. I helped promote also another local roaster, Special Reserve Coffee based out of South Bossier in the Elm Grove area. And the reason is, I just think is as a craft beverage, we need to work stronger together and push those alliances because we're all really doing the same kind of thing. We have our own recipes and all that. But if we can work stronger, we just have a better, stronger voice together, right? Than being alone. Or hey, how are you doing this? But you built that trust and that relationship. Oh, we're trying this, or we're using this vendor, we can save 30 or 40 cents. That matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know that you have a local initiative that you're pushing. Can you tell us about your local initiative?
Yeah, so although we don't have a cafe, I do open up the roastery on weekends for different classes, and we really try to encourage and support marginalized workforces, or even a better term is unrepresented workforces that we know we have a demographic for. So we have people that may have cognitive opportunities. We have people that have sight opportunities, and we try to figure out how can we integrate them in a place that's comfortable for them and they're proud to do. And so Brandon Smith works with me. We do some coffee services out at Seventh Cap. We're trying to get that on a more regular basis so that he can be forward-facing, engage with the customers. He's highly social. He loves it, but also he's good at what he does. And as a musician, we can just honor that portion of him. You know, and so hopefully we can set ourselves apart. Not that I want to take about cafe business. I want us to fellowship one another. I want us to be different and communicate. It's really about that peace on the inside and peace on the outside. Yeah.
So, I have had the opportunity to try your coffees today,
Okay.
and I am now perked completely up. So, I've never done a coffee tasting experience because I just had a coffee tasting experience.
So let's talk about that experience. Did you like the format? And we started with scientific structure, and then we started adding those elements so that we could make the science less science and more palatable, more everyday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you took because this is complicated for me because I've never experienced this before. So you took it and you simplified it to a language that I can understand.
And that's what
And
I
for
is.
viewers to understand.
Right. What I think is sometimes we get a little persnickety about coffee, like it's this secret, and it's coffee, y'all. It's only coffee. And if I can take the science and the definition and so exact, this was, 18 to 1 ratio. But to break that down so that in the course of an hour, you're using the same terminology I am, and you feel like you own that because you're saying, oh yeah, I like this coffee under this circumstance, but I didn't necessarily like it under that. That gives you permission to have that coffee journey, and that also tells you, it gives you power to have other kinds of journey, whether that's you helping me with the tea journey and what that looks like, or changing your mind. Sometimes I want a different coffee in the afternoon than I do in the morning. But to give yourself that permission and take that challenge, like, oh yeah, I did like this. Or, yeah, gosh, soy milk didn't do so great in this coffee. Yeah, I think that's a lot of fun. Or it's empowering.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us about some of the local vendors that you partnered with for your event today?
So today we have, I have specialty roasters out of this mine. I had some vendors that were coming in specifically to look at some collaboration, like a cigar shop that was here that really wants to talk about some of the science behind flavor and pairing. So we could pair maybe a cigar with a whiskey with a coffee and help that as we're thinking about the holiday seasons. And I'm constantly looking at how are we using the product, not just in the morning to get to work in a utilitarian way, but how are we enhancing that? I'm doing some work with a couple of other organizations this fall and really kind of helping them do something that we haven't consistently done. And so I'm really excited about some of those things that are in the work. And I'm hoping that with the background in some of the Artinis with Bossier Arts Council, with Chase's Bourbon and Barbecue, those connections on everyday type of experiences, it's empowering me. I'm feeling more comfortable in my own skin, so now I'm taking some bigger risks or being more vocal about that. And it's hard when you're in a community that you don't know if they're going to receive it. Sometimes you just have to do it. And so I'm just feeling that I put some time and some energy in the last several years. I moved back here from Los Angeles in 2016, 17, and really didn't really set this as a priority. It was all right. It went into this last year where I just knew, okay, this is it. I've done the work. I've taken the classes. I've looked at what I need to. I've looked at our markets. I've invested in Bossier and Freeport Arts and looked at that community and figured out where's our voice and how can I be my own culinary artist. And I just think it's just the right time, and it's going to be just beautiful to see how that is natural. Right? Don't push and pull it. It happens.
Right. Well, I want to thank you, Mr. Peter Lyons.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. It meant the world to me.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me and my guest here today.
Oh yeah, thank y'all.
For a Lil Tea Time.
Yeah.
Fantastic job at your event today. I'm gonna chat more with your partner that you linked up with for your event today.
All right.
And thank you for tuning in. You guys to a Lil Tea Time.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
All right, you guys. Hey, this is Jared, aka Jardy Steve at the Lil Tea Time. I am here with one of the vendors for today's event. Do you want to tell the people at home a little bit about yourself?
Yes, my name is Logan Anderson, and I own and operate Fight Back Coffee Co. We're a local coffee company that supports St. Jude's. We're basically a not-for-profit company that gives back to help with childhood cancer.
Okay. And how long have you been doing your actual
I've been
business?
involved in this business for about 6 months now. I was previously in the military, and I joined up with my mom, who's the owner of Special Reserve Coffee Roasters out in Elm Grove, Louisiana, and she produces my coffee as well. She's been doing it since 2019. She's a great roaster and puts out a really phenomenal product.
Okay, so what inspired you guys to get into the coffee business?
So my mom got into it just simply for the love of coffee and roasting. I got into it through my own personal battles with cancer, and I looked at it as an opportunity to be able to give back to the community and also help children who are, struggling with legitimate medical issues.
Yes. First, I want to thank you for what you're doing for the kids who battle with cancer. That is a tremendous, tremendous, tremendous opportunity that you're doing of service for these children. So I want to thank you for that. Can you tell us a little bit about your contribution to the event today?
Yes, absolutely. So my part of the event is just being of service and helping out Peter. I'm here to do some demonstrations for the pour overs and just to promote our coffee brand and get our name out there and also show that we're a part of the community and we love to work with other local roasters and other local artists. So anything we can do to get involved with the community, we try to do it.
Okay. And how can people contact you?
So me specifically, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, or just my flat out website. You can just go to fightbackcoffeeco.com. That's the website. You can find us on social media, Fightback Coffee Co. Special Reserve Roasters, she's on mainly Facebook. You can find her if you search Special Reserve Coffee Roasters. She has a website as well, a really nice website, specialreservecoffee.com.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
I enjoyed you. And thank you for everything that you're doing for the community. So it's been so great meeting you. Thank you for coming on the Lil Tea Time. Have a great one.
Thank you. You too.
All right, you guys. So this is Jared with the Lil Tea Time. I am here at the coffee tasting with Peter Lyons. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this episode. Hey, like and subscribe if y'all are seeing this right now on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Jared with a Lil Tea Time. I'm out of here, you guys. Love you guys. Y'all be safe.